Hello everyone and welcome to the FC25 Bromley Youth Academy career mode. So as you can see there, I've just inserted a clip from all the new social media things that they've inserted into career mode, and as you'll see playing in the background, I'll go through a few things. So the rules are pretty straightforward. If you've ever seen this concept before, it's very similar. I've got my own take on it. So at the moment, because of the goalkeeper glitch with diving, I can sign free agent goalkeepers who are obviously regen players. I've also got 5-star scouts, and I am unsackable as of right now. I think it's just because of last year, it just ruined the game. So as you can see, I'm going through the list in the background now with the clip that's playing. I had quite a few decent players to start. So I was quite happy, a good mix. It's just obviously the goalkeepers aren't great. So far, and bits you'll see in this episode, I'm really happy with the new section of Academy now. So now that it's completely sectioned off, and it's I've played a couple of the Rush tournaments, and I just think it is completely changed the Youth Academy career mode moving forward now. So this is my first ever YouTube video. Expect to see this series carry on. I'd love to get some input into, I want to engage people in this and have people spin on it. As you can see in the background now, I'm signing the free agents that are currently available just to fill out the squad. But obviously if people suggest maybe we don't keep those and we just keep the academy players that I've scouted myself, I'm happy to do so. So yeah, we'll get into some of the main footage. So in this clip, it's just going over all my youth scouts. As I've said, they're all 5-star. So the first one I sent out was to Haiti for a target forward. I like a big striker. I've sent them all for 3 months, and then the second one has gone to PANAMA. So he's looking for a box-to-box centre attacking midfielder or centre mid. And then my third one is just San Marino for a goalkeeper. So I was just kind of testing to see if the keepers were going to come back with the low rating, and it turns out the glitch is still in the game. And it is getting fixed, like I've said before, but I don't know if that will affect my game. As you can see, I'm just putting everyone on the transfer list here. Obviously no real players, it's all regens, so we're having a clear out in this play. So straight into the first youth tournament on the new Rush mode. So you just pick 5, obviously you've got your goalkeeper position, but the other 4 literally do play anywhere after I've tested it. So I've selected the 5 that I'd like. You can alternate between games and remove players and swap them over to your liking, but as you'll see in this clip, the ball gets thrown in from the side, you go for it with the other team. I didn't get on too well in these games. It is literally the first bit of FC25 I've played in this clip. So as you can see, it's like if you played 5 versus 5 before, it's a very fluid game, so it's very up and down. No one really has a position. The more I've played it since, I think this mode is really good. They have obviously the offsides, as you've just seen. So within the lines, within the half, is the offsides. You've got blue cards, which is like your sin bin. But I was just I've chosen to play this with the players at their current ratings. So you can choose to have them at their potential. But for me, I wanted to see what sort of how they played now. As you'll see in further episodes, I've had like 13-year-olds playing this, because you can have players as young as that. It's a weird concept. All of the opposition seemed to be of a good height, as I felt mine were really small and lacked a lot of physicality compared to the opposition like you're seeing in this clip. It's very hard to get a judge for the long passing. Obviously it's more just short passes, intricate play, and then you're through on goal, and it's some of the games I've played have been almost quite comical, but it is a real good concept, and we've been screaming out for something like this for years. So obviously I've removed the audio from the clip, but what you will hear when you're playing is you'll hear, you know, the players shouting. You hear like that. It's quiet because obviously it's in like a training facility, like you would get with an academy player. So this concept for me was like really good, really fresh, great idea. From what I've seen of FC25 so far, career mode looks to be the most changed compared to like your ultimate team or anything like that. It seems to be like they've really clamped down on it this year. I'm just hoping there is a few issues that I've noticed early game, which I'll go over in other clips, but for the most part, this has been like a breath of fresh air. We've got somewhere we can try our youth players now. For people that enjoy these career modes or enjoy having like a realistic career mode where you are bringing your youth through, but you can't, there's no gap between the first team and the academy. It's either they're playing in the first team or they're sat in the academy, and now we can actually get the training done for them in between that. And so the best example I can give of this within these clips, obviously you've seen me just go 2-0 down, but one of the wingers that has just taken kick off, so Cabrera. So I was testing him out to see actually how he'd fit in the team, and as you see, he scores there. And overall, you'll see at the end when I think he gets man of the match in this one. So obviously from that, I've then put him into the first team. So for me, it was nice for the realistic feel of, right, okay, so I've scouted him, I've seen what he's like, and he's ready for that next step. And for me, big thumbs up. Love that concept. So yeah, I'll skip to the ending of these now, and you'll obviously see how these players look and how they line up at the end of the game. So guys, as you can see, that's the end screen. I wasn't very victorious in this one. Obviously, like I said, I got knocked out in the first stage with this one, but from this I sign up Wilkins and Cabrera. For me, it was good to see where them players were at, and it actually turns out later on in the episode, as you'll see, Wilkins and Caballero play quite a big part in the team. So I felt like it was successful in that way. Obviously not the results in it. So as you'll see in this next clip, I get the news that I'm obviously put forward for one of the friendly tournaments. I'm not a big fan of the friendly tournaments. I pick one just in the off chance, you win it and you get that extra money. That part's nice, but aside from that, for me, I find them really pointless. I think I go with the middle one. No, I don't, tell a lie. I go for the cheapest one and hope that I actually make some of the money. Not that we'd really need it because we're not buying any players, but it's just, it's nice to enter them, I suppose. As you'll see later on in this clip, and what you're seeing on the screen right now is the interaction with the youth players. So I've seen it in previous years, but not quite this way. So it's just saying he's delighted that I've considered him to become in the first team, which I thought was a nice touch. It's something we'd wanted to see as more player-staff interaction, and have that, like similar to Football Manager, how they have that player connection and that sort of concept. So it is definitely going in the right direction. The changes they've made have been really good, as I've touched on already with the Youth Academy. As you can see, I'm just selling more players, getting more players out of the club. So I'll go through these now. And I don't make it out the group stage. So first game, somehow I pull off a win against Racing Santander. I then go on to lose the two other games. You'll see the team line up. I'll go through all the squad with you in the next clip. So, just before I get into the team, I've just got the scout reports to show you. So the one came back from Haiti. There was a couple that had signed up off this list, as you'll see. I'm kind of pushing more towards that, 90 potential plus. Early doors I do sign a little bit lower just to kind of fill the team out. So I take a few of them on here and I'll let you know which ones I kind of drop out of the list. Because despite being able to do rush and get players as young as 13, the list is still the same size, so I've had to be quite, I've had to pick quite carefully. Now, Panama has paid off. I think I get 4 or 5 players out of this scout report. Ridiculous levels, as you'll see when I show you the list in just a moment. I really like the names as well. I think that's a nice touch because I know as we have some places where you get the same names and you have to start making storylines up. San Marino came back with an okay. I think I'd take 1 keeper out of this or 2, but obviously if you look at all the players I'm going through here, I don't think anyone has above the maximum of 20 diving. And there's no way, it just underpins every other stat, so there's no way you can play with that. So I'll probably have to keep the real keeper for now, just until next season, which is a shame, but I've made sure I've kept the worst keeper out of the team, so and you'll see that later on in the further down matches. But as you can see from that, Angel Vega, absolute crazy player to come in. Coming in as a 16-year-old, it will slot straight in there now. Good passing stats, good dribbling. Velasco, I mean, he is so well-rounded. The only thing that's dropped off for him is defence, but as you'll see from this, I start putting players in positions I think they'd be better at. So I go for Cam with Nacho Velasco, and also what a name! Every single one of them is a great name. So we got Mercado. As you can see there, he's another one who came in at a real high starting overall with real good potential. I promote all of these now into the first team, just because the levels, absolute levels above already. As you can see there, Mercado, I mean, look at that potential as well. So he's going to be a big player in this. We're already looking like we've got a solid setup ready to go. So I'm really. So guys, as you can see now, playing in the background is the starting 11. So I'm nearly there. I just haven't got a left back or a goalkeeper. Obviously the goalkeeper position you know about, but the left back position I just didn't have anyone. We've got no cover at the moment for anyone, so it is just they play and that's it. I do have more people come through, but obviously it just takes time with it being monthly. So that's the team I'm taking to the first game of the season. We're playing Barrow in the first game of the season, so I'm just getting the team prep now, and then we get straight into the game. So the interesting part with this is you have an option now of whether you want to just play on like the normal gameplay or simulation. Now I went for simulation purely because it like slows the game down, so you are playing it like a normal game pace, and personally I felt that while I was playing it. So it's, you've got to think about the passing more, and I felt like it just made that game a bit more realistic, because in the past, as we've all done, previous FIFAs, it's just been pace. Let's abuse the pace. So I like to try and play a bit more build up, a bit more skillful. So I'll be really honest, this first half was the most boring half of football I have ever played. It was just a chess match. I was just passing it about. I couldn't get into any space. Every time I got forward, kind of got the ball off me. But I was just getting used to the team, the feel of the team. So one thing I will say, the first half, the midfield was absolutely solid, and that's probably what caused it to be so boring. They couldn't quite get through, but neither could I. So it was just a bit of a chess match this first half. The second half was quite different, as you'll see in the next clip. So guys, we're into the 56th minute. the game really started to open up from here. I think it's a bit of tired legs from our players with them being young, the stamina's low, but as well maybe a few errors on my part. But the ball gets crossed in here, he beats me down the left, great cut back, and you'll see the header come in, great save by the keeper, and he does well to get up and hold the ball. Now I'd go straight for counter attack. I like to play quite aggressive and pressing. Obviously you'll see we get taken out, but we play on. I found it funny how the player was still hands on head, couldn't believe it, but carried on. The ball gets slotted through here, and unselfishly the Ghanaian winger passes it to Johnson, the Icelandic forward, and he scores the first goal of the career mode. Pretty straightforward goal, but hopefully you can see through the play of how I like to play. And it's yeah, it's a simple goal, but we're 1-0 up, so I was pleased with the performance. So guys, following the goal, we go into the 70th minute here, and as you'll see from this passage of play, Caballero is chasing the ball down, no stamina at all, and he pulls up with an injury. Well, he doesn't pull up, he carries on, but as you'll see after this game, it's not ideal. So following this, he's out for 3 months with a broken toe. I don't know how you break your toe running, but you know, EA logic. Now this passage of play here, I'm just trying to show you how I'm playing the high press, trying to pin them back. Obviously playing the high press, you need the stamina, you need the legs. We've got obviously no subs to make at the moment because we're just trying to stick it to youth players. So I was just they were running on empty. I was just trying to keep Barrow in their own half. But it's a bit scrappy in the middle here. Probably don't represent the game very well. Represents it really well. And we go on a little bit of a break here, but absolutely nothing left in the legs. They win the ball back. I probably shouldn't have tried to run for the corner. So they knock it about a bit here. It's a bit of a tennis match in the middle at the moment. I didn't expect them to get the chance they got so late on, but obviously pushing into the 85th minute here, I'm thinking, you know, we'll hold on to this now. But it's just a nothing ball, chipped over the top, beats 2 defenders. My Moroccan centre-back misses the header, and he scores. Good finish, good goal. As you can see, the celebrations from the touchline there, but a bit of pill to swallow for me. But I was for the first match, I was pretty pleased. You know, I hadn't played any at all up to this point. This was my first game on this new FIFA. So we get the ball out wide here to Davies, the Ghanaian winger, who I've been really impressed with. He has a little bit left in the tank, so I'll go for a run, and you can see keeper makes a good save. I probably should have gone more near post, more my fault than anything. And then we're pushing on. The ball from Johnson there is just a little bit short for Caballero, and there we go. Final whistle goes for a 1-1 draw in the first match. So guys, I'm just showing you there the broken toe injury for 3 months, but I want to say a real big thank you if anyone has made it this far in the video. I understand the quality of it isn't the best. Please bear with me. I'm very new to this. I'm trying to get some new. I'm trying to learn how to edit for a start and get a better screen recorder, because as I've watched this one back, I've realised it's maybe not as good as I thought. I've taken a lot of inspiration, and I want to give shout outs to Cutsy, Sparring DK, Barfy Boy, you know, people like that do career mode. I've watched for a long time, and I just thought, why not try it myself, sort of thing. So yeah, this is the first episode, hopefully the first of many, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Thank you.